Hello, podcastheatwrestling.com. We are here with the Indy Goddess, the Indy God, depending upon who you talk to, fresh off her time in the WWE and now running around the independent scene and is about to explode internationally. We'd like to welcome Shotzi Blackheart. Shotzi, how you doing today?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for joining us. You got a lot going on, and we're going to get to as much as we can. But before we get started, make sure you drop your super chats. Make sure you're subscribing to podcastheatwrestling.com so that you can get involved in the chat. Anything that is relevant, we will put up on the screen. And if you have questions, we will try to get to as many as possible. First off, you have all of a sudden become the hottest thing on the independents. Just 4 days on the independents. And you've already made an enemy in Matt Cardona. So how does it feel to be out of the WWE umbrella and back on the independents?
It's bittersweet because I loved my time with WWE, but you know what? I haven't been doing anything for a while, so it feels good to come back to the indies and just start off so hot. And it just makes me so excited for the rest of my year. Like I have some really awesome bookings lined up, and honestly, I look at my schedule with so much pride. It really just brings happy tears to me. Like I'm just so excited to wrestle at all of these places that, my first run on the indies was just a dream to me. Like there's so many places that I wanted to work at my first run on the indies and I never got to, and now I am going there immediately. So it feels great.
You have returned at Hood Slam, which was your first appearance coming out of your WWE deal. Yeah. Then you made quite the statement at Game Changer Wrestling, getting inside a deathmatch tournament. First off, what did it feel like to be back at GCW and featured in the Tournament of Survival?
It felt so good. There is nothing like a GCW crowd. Like they are so hot. They really love wrestling. They really love GCW. And it did so much for my confidence, honestly, just to go out there and just to go balls to the walls. Yep. Because honestly, I'll be honest with you, I didn't know if I had it anymore. I didn't know if I had the balls to do that stuff and to go out there and then just have the best time ever, just killing myself. Yep. Just proved a lot to me.
When you think about the reaction that you got coming out as a surprise and then the match itself, was there validation for you at that point of like, you know what, I'm back. This is it.
Huge validation. And it felt like I never left the indies. I felt like I was just picking up where I left off, and it just feels good. And it gets me so excited.
Do you see Nick Gage answering your challenge?
I hope so. I saw him backstage at GCW TOS, and it was just so good to see him. And before I got signed, we were meant to have I think it was like a 10,000 thumbtack match that unfortunately, because of WWE, I had to pull out of. And now that I'm back, I feel like I owe it to myself and to Nick Gage to have that match.
It's funny because when I got started in the business, I got started with ZZW, and Nick obviously was ZZW in the beginning, and to see his career arc and see everything he's done and still out there doing it, it gives hope to people that, doesn't matter type class or what you are, deathmatch wrestler, whatever the designation may be, there's a lot out there, and there is more than ever before. Streaming availability. How cool is it that even though you were on the indies and now you're going back to the indies, that the platforms have never been bigger?
I honestly feel like this is like the biggest the indies have ever been. Like I am coming back to the indies at its peak.
Yeah.
So to come back and be a top dog on the indies immediately just feels really awesome. And I want to add to it. I want to make it even bigger. I want the indies to grow even more. That's why I'm so excited for, the rest of this year, because I'm not sleeping. Like we're working hard. Like I've already got so many bookings, and I'm hoping to fill just, the couple few dates that I have left for this year. But yeah, the indies are hot.
Speaking of indies, Patrick the Heel, Indy God GOAT. So,
okay, Patrick the Heel is awesome. He's probably my number one fan. I love him so much. So, shout out to Patrick the Heel.
Patrick, thank you for the comment. And I got to ask, you have come out guns a-blazing against Matt Cardona. You've even got Mike Dawkins, the gimmick attorney, involved. So why are you shooting after Matt Cardona?
Because he's at the top of the mountain. And look, this is Game of Thrones. I said this on Ariel Hawani's podcast. Like, I want to sit in the Indy Iron Throne. And if I want to sit on it, I have to take out the king. And right now, Matt Cardona is the king. We all know it. Some of us don't want him to be there, but I will gladly take him out and become the new Indy God.
Now, you said you would only do a death match against Nick Gage, but don't forget Matt Cardona is the death match king. So could we ever see a death match between you and Matt Cardona?
You know what? I would give him a death match, but he said that he retired, and he said that he would only come out for Nick Gage. So I don't know. Maybe there's a really awesome three-way right there. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly what I was running through my head right there. What a three-way that would be of the Deathmatch Kings, the Indy God and Goddesses, and not only that, the legend himself, Nick Gage. Man, that's something that could really put some asses in the seats.
That's what I'm saying.
Yep. We got a great comment from Scorp King 27. I got to see Shotzi versus Athena in the future. You and Athena have had a long history, a long time together. What are your thoughts on the fallen goddess?
I've always said this. I think that she is the best women's wrestler in the universe. Point blank. I think she is number one. She always has a banger no matter who it's against. She doesn't just shine, but she makes her opponent shine. She gets just something so raw out of everyone that she's in the ring with. And I want to be in there to feel that with her. Like, she brought something out of me as a tag team, but I couldn't imagine what she would bring out of me face to face.
Sure.
Because I've seen it with like her against Billy Starks, who I also really want to wrestle. And her match with Mercedes Monae, even though Mercedes has awesome matches all the time, like, it's something different against Athena. She is the best in the world.
When we talk about Athena and your tag team with her when she was Ember Moon in NXT and WWE, was that the highlight for you at your time in WWE, or was there something else that rings above that?
I would say that was the highlight for me. It was a very special moment to hold those tag belts with her, and it was honestly the most fun that I had at WWE. A lot to do with her. I mean, like, we are also very close friends, and we just get along so well. Definitely my favorite time at WWE.
Everyone gets out of WWE and they kind of start talking about the ups and downs and the issues they had or didn't have, and all of a sudden they're released. But you've taken a much more positive approach in getting out of the company. And obviously it's never fun to be let go, but you saw the bright side of your character and your capabilities. Why do you think you specifically are embracing how much you can accomplish now that you're out?
I mean, because I've done it before. Like, when I left the Indies, I was right on the cusp of becoming like the guy, right? Like, I was starting to get booked everywhere, starting to get flown internationally, and then I got signed. So I never really got to see like my full potential as an independent wrestler. So to be coming back to the Indies with, a WWE run on my back,
Sure.
I feel like it gives me a little extra steam, right?
Yeah. Do you think where you're at in your career right now, back on the Indies, what is next goal-wise for you?
I just want to kill it. I just want to have fun. Like, right now, I am just focused on doing me, having fun, and just growing as a wrestler. Because, because I haven't been doing much the last couple years I was with WWE, I feel like I lost myself, and I feel like I, you know, wasn't growing much as a wrestler. So now it's time to reestablish who I am and show the world.
WWE pared back a lot on their live events in the last couple of years coming out of the pandemic. Do you think that was part of the whole everyone's kind of sitting on the sidelines thing and why you're so excited to work?
I mean, well, yeah, that too has to do with it for sure. Like COVID really changed
Yeah.
things. Um, but yeah, I mean, I'm always excited to work. Like I'm a workhorse. I just want to get out there always. Like um, when I was wrestling on the Indies, my first run, I was out every weekend, sometimes having 5, 6 matches a week,
Sure.
and I just want to get back to that, back to the grind.
Speaking of the grind, we have a great question from Matthew Rodriguez. Question for Shotzi. Will you be interested in joining AEW and joining Amina Shakira or Toni Storm? And also thoughts on the Toni Storm timeless character. And I think your character is perfect for that. So first off, interest in joining AEW?
I mean, come on. Sure. AEW is, you know, one of the top wrestling companies in the world. Why wouldn't I want to be at AEW? I think, you know, every indie wrestler wants to be at AEW. Like it's just such a silly question to me, and I don't know why it shocks people if I say that I want to be there. Like I want to wrestle everywhere, and of course I want to wrestle at the biggest wrestling promotion there is. Like that's such a silly question to me. But yeah, Mina Shirakawa, she's hot. She is fun in the ring. I would definitely love to go against her. Toni Storm, I've loved her ever since I met her back on the Indies in my first run. We had a match, and you know we did NXT together. We were on the main roster together. We actually got called up the same day. So I shared a lot of really awesome moments, some tough moments with her, and to see her completely recreate her character and absolutely own it. She's the best promo in the game right now. Like she was awesome as OG Toni Storm, and she's even more awesome, more iconic, more legendary as this new character, Timeless Toni Storm. So I just want to hear her cut promos on me. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. Like best talker in the biz.
I saw a Twitter conversation regarding hot women, and Nikki XS was involved in that, and it was, you know, why are we not interested in hot girls kissing? And I got to be honest with you, there's an avenue with AEW with the freedom of creativity that it seems like they have. And it's got to be exciting to want to be involved in something that has that process, right?
Okay,
not the girls part, the creative freedom.
Yes. Well, yes, the creative freedom. That is the big thing. Like, so, you know, if WWE were to hit me up right now, I would be a little apprehensive going back right now because I feel like I would be stuck in the same spot that I was just in, not being used. Like, I would be on TV for like 3 weeks and then off for 4 months, on for 2 weeks, off for 2 months. You know, like I don't want to live like that. But with AEW, not only do they have creative freedom with their character and creative freedom with their storylines, and they also have, you know, the freedom to, if they're not on TV, they get to work the indies.
Right.
They get to do other things. They get to, you know, do other projects, like be in movies or, you know, start a band if they want to. Like, I love that, like, even if I wasn't being used on AEW, it'd be no sweat. I would just book more stuff on the indies. Sure. And if I'm busy on TV, I would just focus on television.
Right.
So there would be no risk to signing with AEW. I think that's also like the big thing that I think about when I think about signing back with WWE or signing with AEW is the absolute freedom.
Speaking of freedom, John Renando has a question. Hot take. Shotzi needs a tag match with PCO as a partner. That tag is perfect because Shotzi loves horror. So would you be interested in teaming with the monster?
Yes! Yes! I love PCO. He is wild. Like, I swear every time he pops up, it's something wild. And that's kind of like what I want to be, just that unpredictable character everywhere I go. And PCO has honed that in, and I want a piece of that.
PCO is a major part of Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling, and you were just announced as being a participant in their upcoming show. Who's your opponent, and when can we see that happen?
So I am wrestling Jazelle Shaw, who I have been a huge fan of for years. Like, I watched her wrestle my first run on the Indies, and not just because she is an absolute killer and just awesome in the ring, and she has grown even more from when I fallen in love with her years ago. Like, she is just so strong, just just a killer in the ring.
Yeah.
And she's also Filipino, so she is representing our culture so well, and I'm always down to go toe to toe with a badass Filipina.
To you, getting back on the Indies, you're already booked in Canada. You're soon to be in Japan for GCW. You're going to England with Progress. How exciting is it for you to be literally the Shotzi World Tour of 2025?
Like I said, like I'm so excited for my schedule, but specifically these next 3 weeks, I'm going ham. Like, I have MLP in Canada, I have MLW, I have GCW in Japan in July, and I've got Progress, which has always been a bucket list for me. I think Progress, is one of the top indie promotions ever to do it. So to finally get to go over there and make my debut over there is a huge bucket list for sure.
Eminem Fan Channel is a great question. What is your top 5 greatest of all time? Very vague, so go with it whatever way you want. Your top 5 greatest of all time.
Wrestlers, probably.
Sure.
I'm guessing. Top 5. Okay. Always been a Jeff Hardy, Eddie Guerrero. They have always been like my top 2. Rey Mysterio, Undertaker. That's 4.
That's 4.
And 5. Bull Nakano.
Bull Nakano.
Yeah.
Good segue. You know who's going to be at Starcast with you?
I'm
Bull
sorry?
Nakano.
Yeah. I'm really excited for that. I got to see her be inducted into the Hall of Fame, which is really, really cool. I actually based my Hall of Fame outfit that year for her. I wore the blue dress, the blue lipstick for her. So yeah, it's cool to share another moment with her. She actually hit me with her nunchucks on the Indies one time. So that was a really cool moment for me too.
That's awesome. All right, so I'm going to take the top 5 now and go a different way. Who are the top 5 people you are looking forward to working the most on the Indies?
I mean, this is really hard.
Or AEW. I guess I should put AEW in that group as well.
Obviously, Athena. She's always at the top of the list. Billy Starks, that's my girl. We wrestled years ago, but we both have grown so much since then. So I really want a rematch against her. Masha Slamovich is where I want to be on the Indies. She is the absolute killer. She's champion at GCW, champion at TNA. Like, I want her spot. She is doing exactly what I want to be doing, and I want to take her out, just like I want to take out Matt Cardona. Matt Cardona is actually also on the list, but we have that booked. I don't have a Masha match lined up yet, or an Athena, or a Billy Starks, and maybe Miyu Yamashita. She's also where I want to be. Like, she's on every show, killing it everywhere. I want to be in her spot.
When you think about the level of talent that is available and working right now on the Indies compared to your first run on the Indies, it's a whole different world than it was back then. When you get back into this rhythm of working as much as possible, it's hard to find a bad opponent, is it not?
Yeah, honestly, I'm so lucky. I'm coming back on fire, so I am getting booked against some really awesome people who work every single week. Like, it's a grind to be on the Indies. So I get to work some of the most efficient talent on the independent circuit. So I'm just really excited to go toe to toe with the best.
What is your next big thing you want to check off? We got the World Tour. That's going to happen. It sounds like you're going to knock off Matt Cardona. What's the mountain that Shotzi's chasing after right now?
Oh man, yeah. I mean, besides like all the opponents that I want to wrestle, like I want to hold some major titles. Like I want to be a main player in all these huge promotions. Like I want to be MLP champion. I want to be MLW champion. I want to be GCW champion, TNA champion. I want all of the belts because I want to prove that I can be the face of a company. I want to prove that I can lead companies to success. I can be the face and push companies along to, higher levels.
As obvious or as evident, getting back into the indies, you're already working Matt Cardona. You've already worked men. Is that something that bothers you, needs to be a thing, or are you comfortable just working with everybody?
I'm just comfortable working with everyone. Like I've always been a supporter of intergender wrestling. I don't see gender. I just see everyone as an equal opportunity.
That's a great way to make that statement, because the next question is one of the great ones. My question for Shotzi is, and it's from Joe Wrestling. Are you interested in working with Mercedes Monae? How can you not?
How can you not? Honestly, working with her on the main roster, and then even, the tag match that I had with Tegan against her and Bailey, it changed me as a wrestler. Every time I get in the ring with her, I grow. And she's grown so much since joining AEW. So I want to see what this new version of Mercedes Monae is. I want to go toe to toe with her. This new version.
Speaking of new versions, Natalya has made quite the statement on the indies as of late as Natty Neidhart. Do you think we could see Natty versus Shotzi again on the indies in a different way?
Oh man, I would love that. I would love if NWA would bring me in and book me against Natty, or Bloodsport bring me in, book me against Natty. Like Natty has been a huge part of my career. Like I met her long ago when I had like my first SmackDown tryout, and she was the one person that came up to me after my tryout and gave me some advice. And she's always open to bringing me to train in her ring. She was my first match on the main roster. She was my partner at WrestleMania, my one and only WrestleMania match. So I had a lot of really important moments with her, and she has just always been there for me. Always calling me whenever something's going on in my life. She has been like my shoulder to cry on. And I'm loving seeing this new resurgence. Natty is just kicking ass, and she works really hard to kick ass. And I want to get in there with this new version of Natty.
So Scorp King's got a great statement and comment for you. Shotzi Belt Collector. I'm manifesting it.
Oh yeah, baby.
We got another good question from Ash Perez. Are you interested in facing a more crazy wrestler in the indies and former TNA wrestler Crazy Steve?
Yes, give it to me. Yeah, absolutely. Look, I'm down to wrestle anyone. Yeah, give them all to me. Send them over my way.
Shotzi, you are filling up your calendar very quickly, and one of the main reasons we wanted to talk tonight was about Starcast. Starcast is happening in Dallas. How excited, and is this your first Starcast?
This is my first Starcast.
Is it something that, being on the indies, was this a bucket list thing for you as well?
Yeah, absolutely. Like, I'm just excited to meet everyone and to just go out there and hang out with all my friends. I feel like stuff like this is always like a reunion,
Yeah.
You get to see all your buddies and just have fun and be around really awesome wrestling fans. So yeah, I'm all for it.
Don't forget Starcast. Tickets are available at starcast.com. It is going to be taking place at the Sheraton Arlington Hotel. Starcast.com and Starcast Events, the Twitter account is announcing everybody. You are announced along with a ton of talent. Sting's going to be there. Bull Nakano is going to be there. And a couple of the other recently departed WWE wrestlers are going to be there as well. When you look at Cora Jade or Ms. Black now on the Indies, is that someone you would like to get into another match with?
Yeah, I've always wanted to. You know, she really loves wrestling and she is just down. Like I just want to be in the ring with people who truly love wrestling and just want to have the craziest match of their life every time they step into the ring. And she is one of those people. You know, she really loves it. So yeah, of course, anytime, anywhere, I would wrestle her.
Priscilla Kelly also has made her way onto the Indies, and I'm sure you're very familiar with her. When you look at the talent that you were coming into the Indies with now from this recent WWE cutting, it's fun to have people that you want to work and are excited to work out there with you, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And Priscilla Kelly is one of them. Like, not only do I want to like tag with her and continue that, just like, I mean, obviously she's one of my good friends.
Right.
Um, but I also want to go toe to toe with her.
Is it fun to dream match right now and think about the places you haven't been that you want to go to? Like, have you wrestled in Cork and Hall yet?
No, but I am going to with
Yes.
GCW. So yeah, I actually was supposed to do a Stardom tour back in like I think it was 27 2017 maybe. I was supposed to do a tour with them, but I broke my ankle like 2 days before my flight to Japan. And yeah, that has like weighed a lot on me since. I never like WWE wasn't doing Japan tours for a while because
Right.
of COVID. And I just never got the chance to wrestle in Japan. So I'm looking forward to going to Corrigan Hall finally and getting my Ribera jacket. I I've been
Gotta get
wanting
it.
that for quite some time.
Gotta get the jacket.
Yeah.
You got everything going on. What is the one thing next we haven't heard about that we might be hearing about soon?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know. I feel like I've put most things on the table, but I think being independent also, um, I'm looking forward to this also the stuff that I want to do outside of wrestling, like start a band or, you know, work on horror movies. I have a lot of friends that are, you know, in the horror movie realm
Mhm.
that have wanted to work with me, but because, you know, my contract with WWE is a little
Sure.
strict, it hasn't been a possibility. So now that I'm independent, I get to do some stuff outside of wrestling also.
Speaking of being independent, you have a big rubber guy coming out soon over at collectmajor.com. How exciting is that for you?
Thank you for bringing up that plug. I'm glad you brought that up. Yeah, you only have until June 30th to
Yep.
order my big rubber guy, which honestly I think is the coolest looking figure of Shotzi that has ever been made. I'm so excited for this one. You know, like it is just so cool. That jacket is a jacket that my husband made for me, so
That's
it's
great.
really cool to see that on a figure.
Sure.
So yeah, get it while you can because you only have a couple more weeks to buy it and then it's gone forever.
Make sure you get your order in collectmajor.com. Make sure you're following Shotzi. Yes, on our screen it says at Shotzi WWE, but it's now at Shotzi TCB. Over there, you can get the t-shirt shop. You can get a cameo. You can email her about booking. You can also get her personal YouTube and your paranormal investigations. Tell me more about that.
Oh yeah, so Scarlett and I we started doing paranormal investigations with WWE on their YouTube page. And then we just loved it so much that we wanted to do it year round. So we started our own YouTube page, which, you know, is still in its baby stages, but we put out new episodes every other week on Thursday. So yeah, I think we actually have one coming out this Thursday. We investigate Garnet House, which is a very scary spot, very haunted. I think some demonic spirits in there for sure. It gets a little freaky, but yeah, that will be out Thursday.
That sounds terrifying and exciting all at the same time. You got Friday, July 11th is the big match with Matt Cardona in Dallas at Gillies. You do not want to miss that at GCW. Shotzi is part of Starcast. You do not want to miss that either. You have a lot going up. Make sure you follow her at Shotzi TCB. Anything else you think we need to cover or plug for you?
Oh, I think we got it all. You did great.
Guys, we all appreciate you hanging out here with us at podcastheatwrestling.com. Hit like, subscribe, share the content, and make sure that you turn on your notifications. You never know when we're going live. Make sure you follow Shotzi on her quest to become the Indy God, the main player everywhere across the world and taking back over the indies like she never left. Shotzi, I want to thank you so much for joining us here tonight. And if there's anything else we can cover, please let us know.
Thank you so much. I had a blast being on here, and I'm just excited for everything.
Awesome. Make sure you follow her. Make sure you take a ride on the train with her because it's going to be a fun one. Thanks so much, everyone, for joining us here tonight. Make sure you hit subscribe, and we'll see you again on the next one here on podcastheatwrestling.com.
Bye.